Bless up my sports to the bone people. Back at it again with another video. Thank you all for checking this one out. Hope everybody's doing okay. Hope you're all having a fantastic Monday thus far. Well, the long-awaited West Indies T20 World Cup squad is here. Yes, my people, the two-time champions have finally entered the chat. And just before I started this video, I took a quick look across a couple social media platforms. And let's just say fans are having their say, as per usual. Now, honestly speaking, the squad isn't too far from what most of us expected, I would think. Not talking about people that just come out and talk whenever West Indies put out a squad. Talking about people that actually follow the cricket. The squad is not too far off. Now, just to remind you, the T20 World Cup is being hosted by India and Sri Lanka. Right? So, this is our squad. Shea Hope, the captain. Johnson Charles. Raston Chase. Matthew Ford. Shimran Hetmeyer, Jason Holder, Akil Hussain, Shamar Joseph, Brandon King, Gudikish Moti, Ravman Powell, Sheffield Rutherford, Quinton Sampson, Jaden Seals, and Romario Shepherd. So yes, my people, that is the squad that will be representing us at the T20 World Cup. As I said, not too far off from what I was expecting. When we look at it, my viewers and subscribers, these are the players, most of the players that have been in and around the team for a little while. I gave my T20 World Cup squad a few days ago. And one of the first names that I had on the paper was Evan Lewis. Honestly speaking, Evan Lewis, since he returned from injury, hasn't really fired. But, I always back Lewis, especially in a big tournament, He has the experience, he has the willpower, and he has what it takes, in my opinion. Now, as I always say, whenever you are looking at a squad and you are saying that this man should be in the squad or this player should make the squad, you also have to look and see who shouldn't be there, in your opinion. Now, I had Evan Lewis in. I didn't have Quinton Sampson in, right? He made his debut recently, and he has shown us that he has ability, right? Those who follow the CPL, closely, you will remember him from last year. But I definitely had Evan Lewis in that spot that Samson got. As I always say, the squad that is named, I will work with the squad and I will support the squad. But as a West Indies supporter, I am always going to come out and give my opinion, as it relates to what I think. But at the end of the day, the squad that is named, the squad that will travel, just to get this out there, the squad that is named or the squad that will travel, I will 100% support the squad. Not because a player or two that I expected to be in didn't make it. Doesn't mean I will not support this team. I will 100% support the team. But as I said, we like to have conversations and stuff surrounding our team. So, I, for all money, had Evan Lewis in. The next player that I had in my squad was Shamar Springer. Now, I said this earlier, if you are going to look and say that a man should be in the squad, you have to be willing to point out a player that he should replace or should be in there for. And if he should have been in this squad, then you probably would be looking at another all-rounder. And it would be Matthew Ford or Jason Holder. And I also had these two players in. So I can understand him not making it. The hat trick that he took a few days ago, was pretty nice, especially seeing that we're going to be playing in similar conditions. So I could understand, fans wanting him to be in. But let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Only the 15 players you can name. So if you want to keep Ford, Holder, Seals and Joseph, if you want to keep those guys, then obviously he doesn't get in. Right? As I said, I think I had him in the squad that I named a few days ago. I think I had him as a reserve player. Him and Kyle Mears, if my memory serves me right. I think I had those two as reserve players, right? So he's a player that I was looking at that I had there. But yeah, that is the squad that will be representing us, my viewers and subscribers. In those conditions, the specialist batsmen will have to do a lot of work. The specialist batsmen will have to do a lot of work, my people. Looking at it, the bowling, in terms of the bowling, we have Romario Shepherd, right? We have Jaden Seals, we have Shamar Joseph, we have Gudikish Moti, Akil Hussein, Raston Chase, Jason Hola, right? So we have bowlers there that we think will do some work for us. We know that we still have issues in terms of controlling the power play. Usually Akil Hussein would do a good job for us where that is concerned. Hopefully he will continue with that. Over the last year or two, we had Andre Russell bowling a few overs here and there. Would expect the experienced Jason Hola to chip in. Obviously, you have Shamar Joseph there. He will have to bowl also. But as I said, I can't really complain. Alec Arthanes might feel a little bit unlucky, right? Amir Django, he was there with the squad recently, probably, Evan Lewis, as I said, and Shamar Springer. So those are the four names that popped out. Alec Arthanes, Django, Evan Lewis, Shamar Springer. Obviously, Akeem Ogis hasn't played cricket in a little while, So these are the players. I think in my squad also that I had named, I didn't have Johnson Charles in, so I had Alec Arthanes instead of Johnson Charles, and Evan Lewis was there instead of Quinton Sampson. So that is how my squad. I had my squad. We played a series recently, and Johnson Charles, showed us that he still can hit the ball. So I understand him being there. Instead of Alec. I'm just a bit worried that in these conditions, when we have real quality spinners coming, it might be an issue at the top of the order there. So once again, before we run out, my people, we have a lot of things to say about this, but I just took a quick minute to come and make this video. Later on, we'll talk about it. So once again, before we close, Shea Hope, Johnson Charles, Raston Chase, Matthew Ford, Shimran Hetmeyer, Jason Hola, Akil Hussein, Shamar Joseph, Brandon King, Gudikish Moti, Ravman Powell, Sheffield Rutherford, Quinton Sampson, Jaden Seals, and Romario Shepherd. So Alzari Joseph obviously not fully fit. So that is the squad, my people. The specialist batsmen that we have there, Shea Hope, Johnson Charles, wicketkeeper batter, right? Raston Chase will do some batting. Shimran Hetmeyer. We also have Quinton Sampson, Sheffield Rutherford, Ravman Powell, right? A former captain himself, Brandon King. So let us see how things will work, my people. Gonna leave it right there, but we have a lot more things to say where this is concerned. Big up.